not just me that's all smiles this weekend as West Bromwich Albion break away from the chasing pack. We'll take a look at the latest round of Championship predictions coming at you, and we are live! That's right, folks, back once again with another set of Championship predictions. And we are live on the YouTube. If you're new to the channel, bang the thumbs ups, bang the subscribe. And yes, let's get going, folks. Yeah, Championship weekend is coming close once again, and we go back into it tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? No, it's Tuesday. So who's with me? I'm all over the place again. Hello, LG and Cal, Liam Martin, Noco Drinker, all in the house. Glindy Roberts, the Bluebirds, yes, picking up a nice victory themselves this weekend. So let's get going, folks. Take a look at how we all got on last time out. The reason for those pearly whites is because I'm off to the dentist tomorrow, and they're going to rip not one, not two, but 4 blooming teeth out. It is the wisdom, bad boys, so I'm going to come out of there much not smarter, if you know what I mean. Anyway, let's get going and take a little look at how we all got on last time around, folks, out in the Championship. Yes, so let's get going. That's what we're talking about. 0 to 3, you're in the shit-faced gang. 4 to 6, you're in the straight-faced club. 7+, you're in the top banana. So, yeah, Ultra Omarina in the house. Matthew CO2. Yes, told you Leeds would lose. Indeed, they're on a bit of a wobbly ground. They are bottling it. One team not bottling it is West Brom. We'll get to them right at the death here. So well, it all started Friday. Bristol City slipping up against Birmingham City. 3-1 in the end for Birmingham. Lastminute.com from goal from Duke Kokowitz. I went with a 3-0 for Bristol City, so I got that one wrong. Wigan Athletic, to my dismise or nightmare, they lost to Preston North End 2-1. I went 2-1 the other way, so we got the one wrong as well. Barnsley managed to hold out for a draw against Sheffield Wednesday, who are also on a bad blip. 2-2 for me. 1-1 was the final score. Rovers did lose to Fulham. It was our worst performance in a long time. 1-0 was the final score. I actually went with a 1-1 draw myself. Technically, it would have been a 1-1 result had Darrell Lenihan's goal not been ruled out offside, which it was a perfectly legal goal. So in fairness, that should be a correct scoreline, but wrong. Brentford did beat Middlesbrough 3-2. I went with a 3-0 win for Brentford. They're looking good right now. Huddersfield 2-0 against QPR. Actually went with a 2-0 win as well on that one. Not too shabby. Bang on the nose. Bang on the flipping nose, boys. So yeah, got that one wrong. Luton lost at home to Cardiff. I went with a draw. Excuse me. Reading and Hull City, they duked out to a draw. I went with a 2-1 win for Reading. Big point for that for Hull, the grand scheme of things, to kind of stop the rot. They're our next opponents, Ewood on Tuesday. Stoke took care of business against Charlton 3-1. I went with a 2-0 win. Not too shabby indeed there. Derby did beat Swansea in a bit of a 5-goal thriller there. 3-2 win for Derby. Wayne Rooney's Derby. 1-1 for me. Forest did beat Leeds in a very good game for them. Good result for them, the grand scheme of things. It might move them up to second, maybe. 2-1 in the end. I went with Leeds. Wrong. And Millwall did lose at home to West Brom 2-0. I did go with the Lions. So all in all, I got myself 4 out of 12, which is pretty shit. Which I'm in the straight face gang, boys. But what about you guys? Let's take a little look how we got on. Mark Aldridge or Mark Attridge. Top banana, boys and girls. Let's give him a round of applause. Well done, Mark Atteridge. Noco Drinkers in the house, I think. Yeah, he better keep his head down. Keep your head down for a little bit. Miles Austin did okay for himself. Matthew CO2, you did okay for yourself as well. Okay, did okay. Ultra Oma Murat did all right for yourself. Yannick Buster also honking this weekend, so not doing good in that regard. Jack Harvey, round of applause for you. Sunshine as well, you did pretty good. Theo Cobb, not too shabby. Russell Frost, not too shabby. We are QPR, absolutely shocking. So, yes. So that's the picks, and that's the sort of lowdown of what went on with you guys and with me. Just to recap, that's what I got, a big of a straight-faced gang. So this is the table at the moment and the Championship. It is West Bromwich Albion leading the way. Depending on where you look, Fulham are in third spot. Some people may have them in second. but it is West Brom and Leeds. Look how tight it is right now. It is 2 points separate second all the way down to fifth. So any one of those sides from third, fourth, fifth could get themselves in the automatic promotion spots at the end of these fixtures come Wednesday night. Preston North End are in sixth. Rovers are all down to the 12th. A win away from eighth. That's what we need to do on Tuesdays. Get the big fat double against Hull, and then maybe we can start to have a little discussion about maybe us sneaking in there. Wigan, Barnsley, and Luton Town going down as it stands, but it's getting quite tight at the bottom there. Charlton just 4 points adrift of Wigan, who at the moment would go into League One as it stands. So that's the situation in the Championship. Let's take a look at what's going on this midweek, boys. So we're going to kick it all off on Tuesday night with half of the fixtures coming at you. It's the Battle of the Bees. So let's get going, folks, and take a little look at Barnsley against Birmingham. No Cass again today. I'm still adjusting to my setup here, and as I speak about my setup, I'm going to do a little bit of on the fly tweakage here. Just kind of trim that camera down a little bit as we get into this, and I'll make myself a little bit bigger, and then there we go. So yeah, all eyes on this one now. The Battle of the Bees. So get your predictions in, nice and Paul Cock out. Paul Cock, has he been fired? Has he been fired? Please tell me he's been fired. I'm just checking the news. Just in case to see if he's been fired. Just because I've been busy. Please be fired. Please be fired. You guys have got me all wound up. I thought he was going to get the sack. No, doesn't look like he's been sacked. Anyway, back to the Bees. Barnsley against Birmingham. Let's get it going. So the past 6 encounters between two sides. 3 wins for Barnsley, 2 draws, 1 win for Birmingham. They played at St Andrews earlier in the season, back in August. It was a 2-0 win for Birmingham on this occasion. Jukowicz and Jimenez on the score sheet for the Blues. The last time they played over at Oakwell, it was a 2-0 win for Barnsley. That was back in 2017 in the Championship. Tom Bradshaw and Ezekiel Friars on the score sheet that day. Birmingham actually undefeated in their last 5 matches in the Championship, so they've turned it around a little bit. And obviously they're coming to this on the back of the result against Bristol City, beating Coventry on penalties, I think it was, and also beating Nottingham Forest not too long ago. Barnsley on the flip side, without a win in a long time. The last win was against Huddersfield all the way back in January the 11th. The bookmakers' odds on this bad boy on a Tuesday night, 7-5 is Barnsley, 12-5 is a draw, 15-8 is the away win. So Birmingham head into this 15th in the table, good form for them at the moment. A win away from going 13th. Barnsley are in 23rd, a win away from closing the gap onto 22nd spot in the thing. Paul Cook is the best manager in the league by far. Yes. So Yannick Bustler. No, Ultra Omamura kicks us up with a 2-1 win for Birmingham. Elgin Cow's gone 2-1 the other way for Barnsley. Noko Drink has gone with the Blues as well. 3-1 win in the end. Matthew CO2's gone with Barnsley. 6-0. Haiti Moxie with a 2-1 win for Birmingham. Glendale Roberts, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, 2-1 win for Barnsley. Mitchell Schoen with a 1-1 draw. Moses Lumpini with a 4-2 Barnstormer. And Glendale Roberts is already jumping into the next one with a cheeky 3-1 win for Rovers. Yeah, we'll have a look at that in a minute. So you guys mostly going with, I'd say it's a bit split, quite hard to call. And in that regard, I'm going to go with a Barnsley victory with a 2-1 win at home. I always, when I looked at their home form heading into this season, the reason they got promoted from League One to the Championship was their home form was phenomenal, and I think they are decent at home against those lower echelon teams, and I put Birmingham in that bracket. That's why I'm going to go for Barnsley on this one. Next up, though, it is the game of the midweek clashes. It will be Rovers up against Hull City. I will be watching this game. I will be off work with all my teeth ripped out, so hopefully Blackburn can put a smile on my face one way or another. Up against Hull City, our form against them, though, is a bit hodgepodge, actually. The last 6 occasions have been 3 wins for Rovers, 2 wins for Hull, 1 draw along the way. We did beat them earlier in the season at the K-Com. It was a 1-0 win. Derek Williams with a barnstorming goal on the 62nd minute. The last time we played them at Ewood Park was a 3-0 win as well last season. And the last time Hull picked up a victory was in the FA Cup at Ewood Park. In fact, it was back-to-back wins for them back in 2018. It was a 1-0 win. Ola Aina was the goal scorer on the 58th minute. Blackburn actually won their last 3 matches against Hull in all competitions and kept a clean sheet in those last 3 matches against Hull in all competitions. So we're looking favourable on this one despite our woeful performance and lack of creative numbers. 4-5 on is the odds for a Rovers win on Tuesday. 13-5 is the draw. 10-3 is the away win. A win for Hull City, who are in 14th in the spot. Could see them rise just the 1 spot to 13th. A win for Rovers could see them rise to 8th, which is dizzy heights for us. Our form is okay. 2 wins at the past 5. Hull City, though, 1 win out of 6. In fact, it's winless in 5 games. So yes, they do not have no Bowen, no Grosicki, but they still managed to point on the weekend against, was it Reading away from home? So it was a thing. So Glendale Roberts going with a 3-1 win for Rovers. Kyle BTW is going with a 1-0 win for the Blues in the previous one. Noko Drink is going with Rovers 2-0 in the end. Jamie Brody is going with a 2-1 win for Rovers after bouncing back against Fulham. 3-1 win. Mitchell Schoen, no Bowen, no Grosicki, Rahola shit without them two. Yeah, they could be in a bit of bother. Look at LG and Cow. Has to go against me, doesn't he? 5-0 win for Hull. Matthew CO2 is going with a 9-0 win for Rovers. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Ultra Omamura, a 2-1 win for Rovers. HD Moxie as well, 2-1 win for Rovers. Carl BTW with a 2-2 draw. And James Mullett is undecided. He can't make up his mind up. Obviously, I'm going to go with the boys on this one. I'm going to go big as well with a 3-1 win myself. And that hopefully could push us in the top 10 and maybe even the top 8, depending on what goes on elsewhere. Obviously, we need to look at the likes of Cardiff, Swansea, and Millwall, and even Sheffield Wednesday, who are on the same points as us, but we'll have to wait and see. So next up, we have Brentford up against Leeds. Now, this game has got Cherry on top written all over it. A win for Brentford could see them leapfrog Leeds and go into second spot. Obviously, Nottingham Forest and Fulham will have a say in that matter. Form book-wise, Leeds looking absolutely woeful. 1 win in the past 6. For them. Brentford on the flip side, 1 defeat in the past 6, so it's looking favourable for Brentford. They're at home as well. I wouldn't want to be playing Brentford right now. I'd love to be playing Leeds right now because they look absolutely shaky. Last 6 between two sides, 3 wins for Brentford, 2 wins for Leeds, 1 draw along the way. They played at Ellen Road earlier in the season. It was a 1-0 win. Eddie Nketiah on the score sheet, that was when he was on loan for Leeds earlier in the season. The last time I played at Brentford was a 2-0 win for the Bees. Yeah, that's what they call them, the Bees. Neil Maupay and Sergi Canos on the score sheet for Brentford on this occasion. Heading into this, though, the 1 win for Leeds was against Millwall in the Championship, a couple games back. And then in all competitions, they've won 5 they lost 5 of the past 6, losing to QPR, losing to Wigan, losing to Not Forest, losing to Sheffield Wednesday, and of course losing to Arsenal in the FA Cup. On the flip side, Brentford come into this winning 3 of the past 6 games, all in all competitions, beating Middlesbrough, close game 3-2, smashing Brentford 5-1 away from home, losing to Forest, losing to Leicester in the FA Cup, drawing with Huddersfield away, and also beating QPR at home. So it's looking good for Brentford, and they've won 7 of the last 8 home matches. So it's looking very, very good for Brentford on this one. Bookmakers will go with Brentford as well, 6-4. 9-4 is the draw. 9-5 is the away win. What you guys got for me in the chat? We're going to start with No Code Drink with a 3-0 win for Brentford. Mitchell Schoen with a 2-0 win for Brentford as well. Jamie Brody, Leeds wounded at the moment. Brentford buzzing. 3-2 win for Brentford. Glendale Roberts with a 1-0 win for Leeds. Matthew CO2's gone with a 16-goal Barnstormer, 8 apiece. Elgin Cat with a 1-1 draw. Mitchell Schoen says we all hate Leeds and their scum. Yes. Brentford, I've said it since November. Leeds will fall apart again. Ultra Omura with a 1-0 win for Brentford. HD Moxie with a 3-1 win for Brentford as well. Charlie Price was at the Forest Leeds game last night. They were atrocious. 4-1 win for Brentford. You know what? Is Bielsa on borrowed time, do you think? Do you think they're going to bin him off and try and do something else? Because, I mean, how many times is he going to bottle it for them? So the majority of you guys going with Brentford. I think there might have been one. Glendale Roberts has gone for the Leeds on this one. For me, I'm going to go with a 3-1 win as well for Brentford. They are cooking with gas at the moment. That would see them leapfrog Leeds, go above them, Leeds into the playoff spots, and then they are licking their wounds again. Next up, though, could these boys have a say in the matter of the automatic promotion slots? It's looking very, very likely. Nottingham Forest up against Charlton. However, let's take a look at the recent record between these two sides. 0 wins for Nottingham Forest against Charlton. 4 draws, 2 wins for the visitors in all competitions around the grounds. They did play at the Valley earlier in the season. It was a 1-1 draw. That's when Lyle Taylor was on form. He scored on that occasion. Albert Adoma on the score sheet for Nottingham Forest. Last time they played at the Forest Ground, the City Ground, or whatever they call it, was a 0-0 draw back in 2015. In fact, you've got to go all the way back to 2012 for Nottingham Forest. Last victory against Charlton. It was a 2-1 win in the Championship as well. Lewis McGowan, Sam Hutchinson on the score sheet for Forest. Lee Camp with a big fat OG going in favour of Charlton. Charlton actually lost their last 7 of the last 8 away matches. Forest on the flip side have drawn 3 matches against Charlton in all competitions. I don't know how long that goes back. Charlton actually conceded at least 2 goals in 10 of the last 12 away matches as well. Heading into this, bookmakers odds. Let me refresh the odds a little bit. They've kind of gone a bit weird on me. It is 8-15 on for Forest, 16-5 to the draw. 19-4 is the away win. A win for Charlton, all the way down in 21st spot. Could see them leapfrog a few teams. Go as high as 18th in the table, goal difference depending. A win for Forest could see them go to second, depending on what goes on with Leeds and, of course, Fulham. Let's have a little look now, shall we? Mitchell Sean is going with a 2-1 win for Forest. Matthew CO2's gone with another crazy scoreline. 15-4 in favour of Forest. Noko Drinker with a 3-1 win for Forest. Jamie Brodie with a 1-0 win for Forest as well. Glyndon Roberts with a 2-2 draw. Charlton do need points. They're away from home though, so it's going to be a long shot. Ultra O'Meara with a 2-0 win for the Forest. Carl BTW with a 4-2 win as well. Charlie Price would be typical us to draw or even lose on Tuesday. It's going to go with a 0-0 draw. Elgin Cab with a 2-1 win for Forest. HT Moxie with a 2-1 win for Charlton. And James Mullett with a 3-0 or 3-1 or a 2-0 for Forest. Forest victory to take the 3 points. As long as the atmosphere is good last night, then we should win as well. So a lot of Forest guys getting excited about this. Possibly it is their year. So you guys must be going with Forest. I am going to go with a 2-0 win for Nottingham Forest as well to bang home the points. Next up, another team probably looking for some points. It is Swansea. Just 1 win of the past 5 for them. Up against QPR, who are on a bit of a rut at the moment. 3 defeats on the spin. They could get sucked into that relegation spot. Despite having all that attacking flair and goals, they could be on a bit of a rut at the moment, but they need to get themselves a win. Their last win, we'll take a little look at the last win. And the last win was all the way back against Leeds, funny or not. They actually lost 5 of the past 6 games in all competitions. QPR losing to Huddersfield, Bristol City, Rovers, Sheffield Wednesday and Brentford. Meanwhile, on the flip side, Swansea haven't done much better, just winning 1 win at the past 6, picking up a couple of draws along the way. They've also lost to Derby last time out, drawing against Preston, losing to Stoke, drawing against Cardiff in the old Welsh affair, and then getting battered by QPR back in the FA Cup. Back at the 5th of Jan, so maybe QPR can find themselves some goals. Speaking of that, was the last time that these two sides played, but they did play earlier in the season over at down in London. It was a 3-1 win for Swansea. They'll be hoping for more goals like that or a result like that. Jordan Heigl on the score sheet for QPR. Selina, Bastion and Surridge on the score sheet for Swansea. Both 2 of those players definitely not there. Sam Surridge is gone. I believe has he gone back somewhere else? I'm not too sure. Swansea have actually won their last 3 home matches against QPR in all competitions, and also kept a clean sheet in 6 of the last 8 home matches against QPR as well. QPR on the flip side have lost their last 5 away matches, and they don't look good at all at the moment. The bookmakers go evens for Swansea. 5-2 is the draw. 13-5 is the away win. A win for QPR could see them rise to 15th. A win for Swansea could see them rise to 8th. Just the 1 spot, and that'll be leapfrogging Cardiff. Go above their Welsh compatriots in the end. We're going to kick it all off with James Paddock with a 0-0 draw. Looks like Glenn Roberts was going with a 4-1 win for QPR. It's going to smash those Chippos, he says. Mitchell Schoen, that's his words, not mine. Mitchell Schoen with a 1-1 draw. Elgin Cal, 3-1 win for QPR. Noko Drinker with a 1-0 win for Swansea. Ultra O'Meara with a 1-1 draw. Charlie Price with a 1-0 win for Swansea as well. Matthew CO2's gone 20-0. In favour of QPR. Charlie Price, not sure if I mentioned you, 1-0 win to Swansea. James Paddock, 3-0 win to Swansea as well. HT Moxie with a 1-1 draw. Carl BTW with a 1-0 win for QPR. Kieran Claharty, of course we will remember. How can Kieran Claharty, how do I forget that name? As a right little tricky little barnstormer. Mark Warburton to make his centre halves do Cruyff turns in their own box in the 88th minute, and Swansea to bag a winger. That's a prediction of the half right there. Orthodox Celts with a 2-0 win for Swansea. The Job Squad Livesey, 2-1 win for Swansea. Connor Foster with a 3-0 win, looking in favour of the home team. And Abjad Bjorkman, 8-0 win for Swansea as well. A lot of Swansea fans chirping in there with their pickaroonies. And I'm going to be in there as well with a 2-1 win for Swansea. I don't see QPR picking up a win on the road this time out. Next up, we have Wigan up against Middlesbrough. 2 sides really need to get themselves a couple more wins to get themselves out of drop zone. Middlesbrough doing good-ish. However, they haven't won in a good few games. Actually gone 5 games without a win. Wigan on the flip side, not bad form for Wigan. 3 wins in the past 6. It's not too shabby. Heading into this, though, the past 6 occasions between 2 sides have gone 3 draws and 3 wins for Borough, 0 wins for Wigan. They played at the Riverside earlier in the season. It was a 1-0 win. Brett Sommerlonger, of course, back at the score sheet on that occasion. Last time they played at the DW was back in March last year. It was a 0-0 draw. Those results heading into this, if you take into the FA Cup into consideration, Middlesbrough actually winless in 6 at least. drawing against Rovers and Birmingham, as well as Derby, but losing to Tottenham, Fulham and Brentford in all competitions. Whereas Wigan, obviously losing to Preston in front of the cameras last weekend, or this past couple of days. They did beat Leeds away from home, beaten Sheffield Wednesday as well, but losing games against Swansea, Bristol City and Leicester in the FA Cup. Wigan have actually drawn their last 3 home matches against Middlesbrough in all competitions, but on the flip side, Borough have actually kept a clean sheet in the last 4 matches against Wigan in all competitions. Middlesbrough undefeated in the last 10 matches against Wigan in all competitions. This is the final game that takes place on the Tuesday, the 11th of Feb. 7-5 is Wigan's odds. 11-5 is the draw. 2-1 is the away win, skis. We're going to kick it all off with Abel Bjorkman with a 1-0 win for Wigan. Elgin Cow's gone with Wigan as well. 2-0 though. No Good Drinkers going the opposite. 2-0 win for Borough. Glendale Roberts with a 2-0 win for Borough as well. HT Moxie with a 1-0 win. Where are you? Just lost you for Borough. Matthew CO2 has gone with a 12-goal Barnsley. 8-4 for Borough. That'd be a belter. Ultra Omer at the 0-0 draw. The John Joe squad livesy 3-2 win for Wigan. Mitchell Schoen with a 2-1 win for Borough. Ashley Fletcher to score the goal. What he scored against West Brom on Boxing Day. That's very precise. 2-1 win for Colin Foster going in favour of the home team. It looks like Wigan Orthodox Celts with a 1-1 draw. Carl BTW with a 4-0 win to Borough. Yeah. Kieran Clouty with a 2-1 win for Borough as well. Fletcher to score all 4. Now that would be something. So the majority of you guys going with Borough. Looks like I am going to go with a cheeky 2-1 win for Borough. We're going to look wobbly, and he might get fired. If he's not fired now, he's going to get fired on this one. Paul Cock to be binned off at the end of this one, because then they'll be in the right old shit. This is a must-win 6-pointer. It will drag Middlesbrough back into the relegation fight. It could also kick forward Wigan's survival hopes. So win or bust, I'd say, for Wigan. Let's go. Bristol City up against Derby. This is into Wednesday now. Bristol City looking good right now, aren't they? Just 1 defeat, though, at the past 5 games. 4 wins on the spin prior to the defeat against Birmingham. Meanwhile, Derby looking also pretty good. 1 defeat at the past 6 for them. Wayne Rooney's Derby. They might make a last-minute push for the playoffs. I did have them quite high in my initial championship predictions. But anyway, heading into this, the last 6 between 2 sides, 2 wins for Bristol City, 2 wins for Derby, 2 draws along the way. They played at Pride Park earlier in the season. It was a 2-1 win for Bristol City, Andreas Wyman, and the now 6-fingered banjo playing weirdo Josh Brownhill on the score sheet for Bristol City. Jack Marriott was the one and only goal for Derby. The last time they played at, what do they call it? Ashton Gate. It was a 2-0 win for Derby as well. That was going back end of last season. Tom Lawrence, the drink driver, and Jaden Bogle on the score sheet for Derby. Semino getting himself sent off on that bad boy as well. Heading into this, Derby's last defeat was against Luton away from home. Let's have a look actually their away form heading into this. They picked up an away win against Swansea. But before that, it was defeat against Luton, drawing against Northampton, drawing against Borough, beaten Palace, drawing against Derby. It's a little bit wobbly, their away form heading into this. Their home form for their opponents, Bristol City, is not the greatest either, losing to Birmingham as well as beating Barnsley not too long ago. So yeah, looks a bit all over the place. This was a tough one to call, if I'm honest with you. Not too sure. The bookmakers 21-20 for Bristol City, 12-5 is the draw, 13-5 is the away win. What you guys got then in the chat? We're going to kick it all off with LG and Cal. No, Tom Beresford, of course, the Patreon. Let's give him respect where its respect is needed. He's gone with a 3-2 win for Butter. LG and Cal with a 4-3 win. 7-goal Barnstormer. Wayne Rooney's Derby picking up the away win. James Mullett, 2-1 win for Bristol City. Paul Cock must be what his name it is. It's always a time. Everyone else gets it wrong. I get it spot on. Tom Burst with a 2-2 draw. LG and Cow says Rooney's going to bag himself a hat trick. No Code Drinker, the 3-2 win. Going the other way for Bristol City. Ultra O'Meara, the 2-1 win for Derby. Mitchell shown Wayne Rooney's Derby's 2-0 win over Bristol City. The John Josh live squad livesy 2-0 win for Derby. Glenda Roberts with a 3-2 win for Derby County. Tom Lawrence with the Welsh Wizard with a winner. Matthew CO2 with another 15-goal Barnstormer. 10-5 in favour of Derby. HD Moxie with a 2-0 win for Bristol City. Orthodox Celts with a 1-1 draw. Carl BTW with a 3-2 win for Derby. Kieran Clarity with a 3-1 win for Bristol City. There we go. So the majority of guys are going with Bristol City. In fact, no, it's kind of even Stevens, a little bit split. Again, this takes place on the Wednesday. I'm going with a 3-2 win for Bristol City, boys. Going with a Bristol City Barnstormer winner. And that, if they were to win that, Bristol City would get themselves in the playoffs once again, maybe as high as 5th. But if Derby were victorious, they could go as high as 8th, competing with the Rovers for that 8th spot at the moment. Next up, though, is Huddersfield up against Cardiff. Huddersfield, their form is pretty decent at the moment. Just one defeat in the past 4 up against a Cardiff side who've been drawing a lot of games, but it's actually unbeaten in 5 for Cardiff heading into this mismatch. Last 6, though, between two sides. 0 wins for Huddersfield, 4 wins for Cardiff, 2 draws along the way. They played earlier in the season. It was a 2-1 win for Cardiff back in August. That was over in Wales. Joe Rolls and David Junior Hoylett, ex-Rover, and Trevor Chalabar with their one and only goal for Huddersfield. Last time they played in Wales, in fact, last time they played in Huddersfield was in the Premier League last season. It was a 0-0 draw. Jonathan Hogg getting himself sent off. Cardiff actually undefeated in 9 of the last 10 matches in the Championship. Huddersfield on the flip side have scored at least 2 goals in the last 3 matches in the Championship, both home and away. Bookmakers odds on this one, 11-8 for Huddersfield. 11-5 is the draw. 2-1 is the away win. A win for Huddersfield all the way down in 19th. Could see them rise. A couple of spots to 17th. A win for Cardiff. Could see them rise. Well, nothing. They're 4 points adrift of that illustrious chasing pack, I'd say. So a win for Cardiff would get them back mathematically and in the discussion for playoffs once again. So what we got going on then, buddy old pals? We're going to start with James Ferreira. It's only me that thinks the media loves Leeds for some reason. They're a big old side. They've got a big old fan base. It's kind of like Newcastle when they were down there, but at least when Newcastle were in the Championship, they didn't take them long enough to get back to the big time. So, yeah, they do love them. They do love them. Anthony Pilot, welcome to the stream. JC8 Gaming, 2-1 for Huddersfield. Mitchell Shown with a 2-0 win for Cardiff. Tomlin's on fire as well. Bagging a brace in his eyes. No good drinker with a 3-0 win for Huddersfield. The Terriers, Tom Beresford's going with the Terriers as well. 2-1 win. Matthew CO2 with another crazy one with 150 in favour of Cardiff. James Ferreira with a 1-1 draw. HT Moxie with a 0-0 draw. Ultra Umura with a 3-2 win for Cardiff. Carl BTW with a 3-1 win for Huddersfield. Colin Grant hat-trick if he starts. James Mullet 1-1 or a 2-1 win for Cardiff. LG Cow with a 2-2 draw. Anthony Pilot, my old predictions after he wants you all to check his stuff out. So check his stuff out. Glinda Roberts with a 1-1 draw. Kieran Clouty, I need to go. I will do all now. You smash them all in there. I'll stick them in the bottom there, buddy. And I'll make sure they pop up on the screen next week. Just put them in the comments section, not in the chat section. JC8 Gaming, Steve Mooney to get a brace. For me, I'm going with a draw, kind of for the draw specialist. I see them picking up another one here against a team that's quite tough, especially at home, and that is Huddersfield. Point will do no side any favours. It won't do Cardiff any favours, and it won't do Huddersfield. A win for Huddersfield, I said, could get to 17th, but they're still in that relegation discussion at the moment. Next up, 2 really out of form teams. It is Luton Town, who are going down at the moment. 1 win at the past 6 for them. Up against Sheffield Wednesday, also 1 win at the past 6. They have picked up back-to-back draws, though, heading into this game. Last 6, though, between 2 sides. 3 wins for Luton, 2 wins for Sheffield Wednesday, 1 draw along the way. They played at Hillsborough earlier in the season. It was a 1-0 win. Kadeem Harris with the one and only goal back in August. Last time they played at Kenilworth Road, it was a 1-0 win for Leeds as well. Nuhu, that was this time last season in the FA Cup. Luton's last victory, though, against Sheffield Wednesday was a 3-2 win back in 2007. Bjorn Rönnström, Tommy Spur with a big fat OG, and Drew Talbot back in the day. Dion Burton, Glyn Whelan, the goal scorers for Sheffield Wednesday. That was back in 2007. Good 13 years ago. Luton have actually lost 6 of the last 7 matches in the Championship. The bookmakers odds on this one, 5-2 for Luton. 12-5 is the draw. 21-20 is the away win. A win for Luton could see them leapfrog Barnsley and not be bottom anymore. A win for Sheffield Wednesday in 11th. Could see them rise to 8th and then again get back in that conversation once again. Playoff conversation once again. Kieran Clouty with he's bung them all then there. He went with a 2-0 win for Sheffield Wednesday over Luton Town. The John Joe squad lives here with a 1-1 draw, so long as the weather doesn't. That's a good point. Good point, LG and Cows. Got a couple of days though until the game's kicking off. Mitchell Shown with a 2-0 win for Sheffield Wednesday. A win that's double bubble. Tom Beresford with a 2-0 win for Sheffield Wednesday as well. Minoko Drink with a 4-0 win for Wednesday. Mitchell Shown says, "Come on, you blue and white wizards." The John Joe squad livesy says a 3-1 win for Sheffield. Glenda Roberts with a 1-0 win for Luton. Matthew CO2 with a 17-16 win for Luton Town. Ultra Open Mirror with a 1-1 draw. HT Moxie with a 2-2 draw. LG and Cow with a 1-0 win for the Owls. BTW Kyle 3-3 draw. James Mullet with a 2-1 win for Sheffield Wednesday, or a 3-0 win to Sheffield Wednesday. James Ferreira with a 2-0 win for Sheffield Wednesday. And Orthodox Celts with a 2-1 win for Luton Town. That's a bit of a shocker there. I'm actually going to go with a 2-1 win for the Owls. I don't usually pick them. They usually what the side. I think that they've been up there, and they should should realistically be in that conversation, but their form has been wobbly and they're probably going to end up mid-table right now. Next up, another surprise package right now. It is Millwall up against them Barnstormers, Fulham, who just beat Rovers on the weekend. So let's take a look at these two then. Millwall actually in 10th at the moment. One win in the past 5. Not the greatest form for them. Fulham, though, doing good in 3rd spot. 4 wins at the past 5. Unbeaten in 5 as well. Heading into this. The last 6 between the two sides. Seen 1 win for Millwall, 4 wins for Fulham, 1 draw along the way. They played at Craven Cottage earlier in the season. It was a 4-0 win. Cavallero, knockout, Mitrovic on the score sheet. Cavallero getting a brace that day. Last time they played at the Den, it was in the League Cup. A couple of years back, it was a 3-1 win for Fulham. Joe Bryan, Luco Latorore, Cyrus Christie on the score sheet for Fulham. Lee Gregory with the one and only goal for Millwall. Millwall's last victory against Fulham was in Craven Cottage back in 2014. It was a 1-0 win on that occasion. Martin Woodford, the one and only goal for Fulham. Millwall have actually won their last 3 home matches in the Championship, but on the flip side, Fulham actually kept a clean sheet in 5 of the last 7 matches, both home and away. Bookmakers' odds on this bad boy, it is 9-5 for Millwall, 9-4 is the draw, 6-4 is the away win. Let's have a look. The last defeat from Fulham was in the FA Cup against Manchester City. They got battered 4-0. The last victory for Millwall was back in January earlier the calendar. It was a 2-0 win against Reading. That's the last victory. They've seen themselves lose to Sheffield United. They've lost to Leeds. They've lost to Sheffield. They've drawn to Sheffield Wednesday. They've also just lost against West Bromwich Albion. So what do you guys got for me in the chat? We're going to kick it all off with where did we end it? James Ferreira. I think I got you on that one. We're going to start with Tom Beresford with the 2-1 win for Millwall. Matthew CO2's gone with a 33-19 victory for Millwall. Fair play, mate. Be looking for a vlogger who does all about Championship football. Thank you, Glendale Roberts. No sweat. Make sure you bang the thumbs up. Bang the subscribe. Be bang up to date with all things Championship related, Blackburn Rovers related, anything Welsh related. Not really. Mitchell Schoen with a 4-0 win for Fulham. Ultra Omer with a 3-0 win for Millwall. LG and Cow's gone with a 3-2 win for Fulham. Noko Drink has gone with a 2-1 win for Millwall. HD Moxie with a 2-0 win for Fulham as well. Gwynda Roberts with a 3-3 draw. The John Joe squad Livesy 2-0 win for Fulham. Orthodox Celts 2-1 win for Fulham as well. Carl BTW with a 7-goal Barnstormer. 4-3 win for Fulham. Knockout goal. Mitrovic hat-trick. Isaac Marky Mark with a 1-1 draw. Bradley Dax, #1 fan. Where'd you been? 3-0 win for Fulham. Kieran Clouty says hello to everybody who's just popped in to say hello. James Muller with a 2-1 win for Fulham. 3-1 win to Fulham. Ethan Hughes 3-2 win for Fulham. I will put all the games in the comments. Thank you, Chiefster. I appreciate that. So you guys, majority of you guys, it seems a bit mixed, the old predictions there, but I'm going to go with a 2-1 win. Bit of a shocker here for Millwall in the end. See you later, LG and Cal. The Champions League predictions will probably be late this week. It'll be Thursday because I'm going to be bed bound for the next two days. So no live things tomorrow for sure. Tuesday I might do a video for the Rovers game if I feel better. But yeah, Champions League back end of the week. I'll hopefully see you then. Anyway, for the rest of us, we got loads to do still here. We're talking about Reading up against West Bromwich Albion. Let's take a look at this now. Last 6 between two sides. Quite evens. 2 wins for Reading, 2 wins for West Brom, 2 draws along the way. They played at the Hawthorns earlier in the season. It was a 1-1 draw. Ijara on the score sheet for Reading. Kenneth Zahore for West Brom from the penalty spot. The last time they played at the Majewski was last season. It was a 0-0 draw. Yeah, so back-to-back draws between the two sides. Will there be a three-peat and another draw? Could be, you know. Reading have actually failed to win their last 6 matches in the Championship. They're on a bit of a slump now. New manager burst has gone well away. Bookmakers' odds on this one. I've just noticed something here. The Stoke game. Where is that? I don't have any odds for the Stoke match. Again, for whatever reason. The bookmakers' odds for this bad boy is 3-1 for Reading, 21-20 for West Brom. 11-5 is the draw. Stoke head into this. Not Stoke. Reading headed into this 16th in the table. Not too far away from that relegation discussion. A win away from going 14th. West Brom obviously top of the table at the moment. 4 points clear. They'll be top of the table after this, no matter what. They're on their way to the Premier League as it stands. What do you guys got for me in the chat? We're going to kick it all off with Ultra on the mirror, the 3-1 win for the Baggies. The John Joe squad lively. 2-1 win for the Baggies as well. Mitchell shown with a 2-0 win for the Baggies. Tom Barris with a 2-1 win for West Brom. Arsenal fan with a 1-0 win to the Albion. Carl BTW 1-1 written all over this, he says. Matthew CO2's gone 16-5 in favour of West Brom. Orthodox Celts with a 2-1 win for Reading. No Go Drinker with a 3-1 win for the Baggies. James Mullet 3-2 win for West Brom. Charlie Aston will be the winner. Kieran Clouty, say yes if this is the best channel. Yes, yes, say yes everybody, yes. Everyone's saying yes. Delayed reaction. It's coming on in. Hundreds of you piling on in. Yes. So No Good Drinker says yes. That's what I'm talking about. So it looks like the Baggies are favourite for this one. I'm going to go with a win for the Baggies as well, with a 1-0 win for West Brom to remain top of the table and quite comfortably. Could even extend the lead depending on what goes on between Forest and all that gang. But I'm going to go Ben HD and Thogden are the best. YouTube. Oh, that's a low blow there, Mitchell showed. But yes, Ben HD is good content. Thogden is yeah. Ultra Omurat, yes, thank you, Chief. Thank you, Orthodox Celts, thumbs up. Anyway, moving on to the final game, it is Stoke against, do you all remember me on Premier League Week 28? That's a very precise number, Kieran Clouty, but yes, we do. I do remember you. I remember all of you guys. So finally, it is Stoke against Preston, two teams. They're in decent form, I would say, heading into this. Stoke, just one defeat of the past 6 for them. They're on the rise. 3 wins in the past 4. Up against Preston, who are also decent at the moment, without a defeat in 5 games. Up against 3 wins out of the past 4. They're on the rise as well, so they could be in the playoffs discussion. Stoke, I think they're going to get themselves out of this relegation discussion. And next year, it could be a good year for Stoke to get themselves back into the promotion discussion. Last 6, though, between two sides. 1 win for Stoke, 3 wins for Preston, 2 draws along the way. They played at Deepdale early in the season. It was a 3-1 win for Preston. That's when the wheels had completely come off Stoke early doors. Johnson, Billy Bowden and Josh Harrop on the score sheet for Preston. James McLean, the one and only goal scorer for Stoke. Stoke are actually undefeated in their last 6 home matches. Preston are actually undefeated in their last 5 away matches. Smells like a draw. Tipshire in the house. Cake Soap, that's a cool name. He's from Africa. So welcome. So we are going to kick it off with the John Joe Squad Lives. 3-1 win for the Lily Whites. He says North End know how much this month counts in terms of standings and promotion hopes. So I think the North End will be in good form and pushing for as many wins as possible. Yes, it is a big old month for everybody. Everyone's got their own agendas. Rovers have got an outside thoughts of playoffs. Lose against Hull and we're out of it. Preston definitely in promotion talk. Stoke are in the relegation battle, but they need to turn it around. Big old month, this crucial month, despite it being the shortest month of the calendar. Big old month in terms of football. We're going to start with, or continue with, Ultra O'Meara, the 2-1 win for the Nobbers. Tom Barris is going with a 3-2 win for the Stokies. Matthew CO2 is going with a 19-1 win for Stoke. No Good Drinker with a 1-0 win for Preston. James Muller with a 1-1 draw or a 2-1 win for Preston, but he's going to say Stoke might nick it. Mitchell shown with a 99 win for the Stokies. 2-1 win for Stoke. That's James Mullet. Cake Soap is from Africa. I've already said that. Carl BTW, last but not least, 101. He's going with a 0-0 draw. Orthodox Celts with a 2-2 draw. AC Milan just got thrashed. That's a very, very good update. I need to chat. I'm actually going to work on my Italian predictions after this, not live. The tip to tipshire with a 3-2 win for Stokey. Remember when my phone was at 1? I do, Kieran. I do, buddy. I do. So let's take a look at what will go on this one. If Stoke were victorious, they could get themselves 37 points. We'll push them up to 18th, possibly a win for Preston. In 6th, could see them rise the 1 spot to 5th. And that would be back into the automatic talk for Preston after a wobbly January and December for them. So the majority of you guys going with, it looks like Preston, perhaps. It seemed to be evens. I can't separate the two sides on this one. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. Now, before we get into the next thing, just want to say, if you are here on the live chat, get your predictions in the comment section down below as well, in a whole, so we can feature them next time around. I'm thinking about next season already, and I don't know if I mentioned it last time out that we're going to do a prediction league next season, where when you put your name and your comments and your predictions in the comment section, you're going to be entered into the league, and then you'll at the end of the season or throughout the season, you'll have a prediction rating. I'm not going to do it this year because it's too late. But we're going to do that next season. So get in the habit of putting the predictions in the comment section down below, as well as participating in the live show. But anyway, if my predictions fixtures would have come on in, this is what the table would look like. And it would see West Bromwich Albion top of the spot. It would see flipping Nottingham Forest into second. Where the Leeds, they're down to fourth. Brentford up to third. Fulham fifth. Bristol City into sixth. Down the bottom is Wigan, Barnsley and Luton Town going down. Rovers into 11th. Even with a victory, we don't really go anywhere. So yeah. Hey, we just got to keep chipping away. Charlton are just down the road. Anyway, any questions? Any football related questions while we're here? Let me get out of this small screen and try and get into the big screen here. So if you've got any football related questions, now's the time, because I'm going to just about have my dinner. And then I'm going to get busy. And then I'm going to get busy on the German, the La Liga, the Serie A, whatever, predictions for tomorrow. They'll start trickling out tomorrow, maybe Tuesday, because I'm going to be in the dentist chair tomorrow. Think of me, people. I'm going to get 4 teeth ripped out. Wide awake. None of this under the stuff. I'm going to be wide awake while the dentist ripping the 4 teeth out. And then I'll come back with a glorious smile. Someday this week, hopefully. Anyway, so I think Blackburn is basically going to be mid-table, or at least around there. You know what? If I took my Rovers tinted glasses off, I would probably say the same. But I'm always going to believe. Barnsley and Luton are done. Can't see neither of them surviving. It does look like good night to Tipshire. Do you go to the... I can't go, Kieran Clouty. I mean, I'm in the US of A. I'm in the USA. So I can't. If we try to go back to England once every year or every 2 years, and if we do go to the UK, then I'll try and catch a game or two. I live stream Germany. Good. Can you say Hearts are the best team in Scotland, or else you'll wake up and non-Blackburn Rovers support? I've just said it. You're not far away from a play of only 6 points. Yes, we are. We are not that far away. We need a couple of good results. Do you think we will sack Monk, especially if we don't beat Luton on Wednesday? I don't know. I think Monk's a good manager. I think they need to steady the ship and stick with him. You know, just Monk's a decent manager. He'll do you all right. I think you could sack him, bring someone else in, and get in a worse spot. So no, I think you'll be all right. I think the managerial spots in question. Warburton, I think he could be in doubt. Paul Cock, obviously, he could be in trouble. Jonathan Woodgate could be in trouble as well, and the Birmingham fella. I think those guys could all be in a bit of bother and could face the sack very soon. Anyway, I'm going to get out of it. I'm going to let you catch up, chat amongst yourselves. I'm going to go get something to eat. I'll see you all very soon. Until then, though, bang the thumbs up, bang the subscribe if you're new, and I'll see ya. What are Juve doing? No one else say it as loud as you. No one says it as loud as you can, or else. Hearts are the best team in Scotland. There we go. I said it loud, said it proud, and I'm off. I'll see you all next time. Ciao.